On a Wednesday night from Millett Hall on the campus of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, we welcome you to Mid-American Conference Women's Basketball. The Toledo Rockets in Oxford tonight to take on the RedHawks from Miami University. Alongside Josiah Collins, Patrick Geshan with you here. So glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio this evening from Millett Hall. And Josiah Collins, Toledo 10-9 overall, 5-3 in the MAC coming into this game tonight. RedHawks 10-11 overall, 3-6 in the conference. Coming off a pretty big win against Western Michigan on Monday, a 70-67 win over the Broncos on their home court just a couple of days ago. And in that game, Lauren Dickerson reaching the 2,000 career point mark. The only other player to do that in Miami history, a star player from a few years ago, Courtney Osborne. A pretty big accomplishment that's overshadowing this game tonight.
No doubt a big accomplishment. I know she was glad to get the monkey off her back in that game. We saw, as soon as she crossed that barrier, she was a completely different player. She was so relaxed just the rest of the game, and she was really able to get whatever shot she wanted from there on out. And now that she's done it, I think she's going to have an even better game today. She's going to come out relaxed. She's going to come out having that same type of intensity and attack mindset that she had after she passed the barrier this game.
Dickerson double figures in her past 5 games. She launched 21 in the game on Monday against Western Michigan. RedHawks swept the season series against Toledo last year, but a Toledo team that's completely rebuilt and provides some pretty lethal offensive threats. Players to watch tonight for the Rockets are going to be number 33, Nakia Black, as well as number 3, Mariella Santucci. She's out of Bologna, Italy. For Nakia Black and Santucci, it's a dynamic duo that works every time on offense. And one of the things that Toledo does so well are the fundamental things like free throws. Nakia Black going 10 for 10 from the line in her last game.
We know how important free throws can be. You and I have seen that play out not just this week, but in general whenever covering a basketball game. So that definitely is a sign to you that you don't want to get into a foul shooting type of game with this team because they're going to make their free throws, especially if the ball's in Black's hands. And also just how you brought up both Black and Santucci, they both are a dynamic duo. Both of them had 20 points in their last game out against Kent State, getting that win. So definitely something to watch on the offensive end of the ball. On defense, you want to make sure that they came out with that same intensity they did last time out.
Yep. So the last meeting between these two cross-divisional foes happened up at what was then called Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, the MAC tournament quarterfinals. Toledo beating Toledo by a 72-54 score in Cleveland last March in the MAC quarterfinals. Of course, the Rockets went on to lose in the semifinals last year against the Ohio Bobcats, but that is the last time that these two teams have met. Rockets snapped a 3-game losing streak against Kent State on Saturday. They've won 4 of their past 6. RedHawks winning 2 straight. Pretty hot teams going into this one tonight. Miami and Toledo from Millett Hall. The Best Buddies Choir will have our national anthem tonight. Let's join the Millett Hall public address. Here's Scott Schreiber.
Come on, Miami! Let's go,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you once again to Millett Hall for this evening's Mid-American Conference matchup, featuring the visiting Rockets of Toledo and your Miami RedHawks. And right now we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as tonight we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by the Best Buddies Choir. starting lineups for tonight's game, beginning with the visiting Rockets of Toledo. And starting tonight at forward, it's number 25, Ariane Whitaker. At guard for the Rockets, number 1, Sarah Rokanen. Wearing number 3, guard Mariella Santucci. Also at guard, number 5, Quenisha Lockett. And number 33, Nakaya Black. And the rest of the Rockets. The assistant coaches at Toledo include Danielle Page and Mark Stevens. The Rockets' associate head coach is Lenitra Perry. And the head coach in her 12th season leading Toledo is Tricia Culloch.
Step back, looking at 3 on the way. New record holder. Hawk with 3 in a row. With a rebound, turns, fires, scores, and will get the and 1.
When they get in trouble, they be calling us. We know not just like warriors. When we get it going, no stopping us. Cause we the ones they been waiting for. Cause we the ones they been waiting for. Up, and away we go. Cause we the ones they been waiting for.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineup for your Miami RedHawks. Starting at forward for the RedHawks, a 6-foot redshirt junior. Hailing from St. Peters, Missouri, it's number 35, Abby Hall. The 6'2 senior forward coming from St. Charles, Missouri, number 32, Savannah Easter. And starting tonight at guard, the 5'8 freshman out of Lynchburg, Ohio, number 25, Peyton Scott. A 5'10 junior out of Germantown, Wisconsin, number 23, Kenzie Schmidt. And ladies and gentlemen, the 5'3 senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, is number 13, Lauren Dickerson. And the rest of the Miami RedHawks. Video Operations Director Lindsay Puckett, the Director of Basketball Operations Connor Lupin, the Assistant Coaches for the RedHawks, Sahar Musayeh, Tiffany Swofford, and Haley Young. And the head coach of the Hawks in her first season at Miami, Deanna Hendricks.
All right, there you have it, our starting lineups for tonight's game. Announced on the public address here at Millett Hall, and we have a little honor ceremony here.
Please welcome Associate Athletic Director and Senior Woman Administrator Jenny Gilbert and several of our female student athletes as they deliver tonight's game ball. These women represent 3 national titles, 2 All-American titles, 19 Mid-American Conference Championship titles, a Brazilian national champion, a Canadian national champion, MAC Championship Most Outstanding Performer, MAC Freshman of the Year, 5 academic All-MAC recipients with an average of 3.56 GPA and pursuing careers in human capital management, kinesiology, strategic communications, biology, and accounting. Future professional athletes and future leaders, our Miami women are driven to succeed on and off the court and want all young girls to know that they can reach any dream they desire with a bit of hard work and a lot of heart.
Little ceremony here pregame honoring a few Miami athletes that have
Once again, please direct your attention to the center court.
had some pretty tremendous accomplishments in sports, and now Lauren Dickerson will be honored.
With a commemorative ball representing her 2000-point accomplishment in Monday's game versus Western Michigan.
Lauren Dickerson receiving a game ball now from head coach Deanna Hendricks as she got her 2000th career point in the game against Western Michigan on Monday. Of course, talked about it at the start of the broadcast, and head coach Deanna Hendricks giving Dickerson a little game ball at half court for the photo opportunity to a loud cheer from the Millett Hall faithful in the building tonight. As Dickerson accomplishing the 2,000 mark again, only the second player in the history of the program to score that many points. The senior out of Indianapolis doing so with 21 against Western Michigan on Monday. Set ready to go for basketball here tonight in Louisville. Their road navy blue uniforms. They have yellow numbers and yellow lettering across the front that says Toledo for Miami. The home white uniforms with red numbers on the back, red stripes down each side, and actually a red Miami script across the front of the uniform. That's the third jersey that the RedHawks are wearing tonight to commemorate the Miami tribe and the relationship that the university has with them. So it is red numbers on each side, RedHawks across the front in the script, and then down each side a red stripe with the Miami logo in it that commemorates the relationship between the tribe and the university. Louisville will win the opening tip. Ariane Whitaker beating Savannah Kleesner for it, and we're underway here as this is home game number 2 and night number 3 for the Miami women's basketball team. Kia Black, top of the key for Toledo, passes it far side. Quenisha Lockett reaches the paint and cuts the through to fire it off the glass and in for the first couple of points of the game. 2-0 the Toledo lead here with 9:30 left in the first. Dickerson near side, outside the arc, fires off three-pointer, that missed. Lockett the rebound for Toledo. They put it back over the timeline, middle of the floor. Mariella Santucci. Far side for Sarah Rokinen. Those are two international players passing to each other. Rokinen the charge in from inside the arc, and she traveled there. Rokinen out of Helsinki, Finland. Santucci out of Bologna, Italy. Santucci an international business major. Rokinen a visual arts major. Rocks offensively here. Fant still standing, waiting for Miami's first point to the game. Off far side, feed for Scott, into the paint. Controlled by Kleesner, off the glass and in, right side of the post. Working there on Quintisha Lockett. We're tied at 2. Santucci over the timeline, middle of the floor for Nakia Black. Far end for Rokinen, top of the key, it's Black again. Down the right edge of the paint, fires it off the glass, no good. A layup shot that was short. Here comes Dickerson over the timeline, middle of the floor. One bounce, it's into Scott, trailing down the right wing. Her shot no good, got her own rebound under the hoop, falls to the floor, still with it. As Rokinen battles there under the basket and tipped it out of bounds off Scott's hands. It goes out on Toledo. That's a great effort down there by Peyton Scott.
Yeah, definitely great hustle to keep the ball alive, give your team another possession.
She collected rebounds and held control of the ball for a pretty good chunk of time all by herself. Dickerson, top of the key, pulls up right elbow, a jumper good. And Dickerson on the board tonight with 2 to give Miami the 4-2 lead. Broken it far into the floor for Toledo, top of the key for Nakia Black. Hands it near wing, Santucci, cross-court pass collected by Black under the hoop, takes to the far corner. Pass to the left wing now, Santucci outside the arc. Toledo 7 to shoot, gets it left elbow, pass left edge of the paint. Whitaker with a shot up there, but an offensive foul as she made contact with Kleesner down low. Next inbound here with 7:50 to go in the first half. Turnover number 1 of the day for Toledo. Dickerson right elbow, far corner pass, control here by Schmitz. Cross court to the left wing. Scott controls outside the arc, dribbles between the legs to the top of the key. It's shuffling around the arc to her right. Dickerson left-handed dribble. Reaches left elbow, floater pass to the paint, catching it there, Kleesner. The MAC logo lost control. Here comes Lockett back the other way in a fast break. On the timeline left wing, Lockett the hand back, Rokinen, long 3, top of the key, missed. Rebound corralled with one hand and put back out by Whitaker. Kicked it back to Black. And back to the left wing for Santucci. 20 seconds were on the shot clock with that rebound. There's now 9 left on it. Broken in left wing for Toledo. Whitaker, top of the key. Pass to the near wing for Lockett. Reaches right elbow. 1 to shoot. Fires it up for an air ball. It's kind of a last-second flail there to try to beat the shot clock off, but it didn't quite work.
Draft in the building that time.
As the ball was very low of the iron and left. Off with an inbound to Dickerson. RedHawks return back to the offensive end of the floor. Dickerson trailing right wing, right arm dribble, goes to the post, fires it off the glass in for 2, right-handed layup. Dickerson up to 4 points on the night. Top of the key, here's Santucci. Switching between the left and right arm. Pass far side, Rokinen has the ball. Now a long 3 launched on the far wing by Santucci, missed. Back the other way comes Miami. Schmitz for Scott, left elbow, jumper's good. And a 8-2 lead rather for the Miami RedHawks will give Toledo their first timeout of the game as head coach Trisha Collop has added up. She'll call her first of the matchup tonight. 6:16 to go in the first half. RedHawks out to an 8-2 lead early on. It's Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. .616 to go here in the first half from Oxford. 8-2 lead for the Miami RedHawks over the Toledo Rockets, and that is mostly in large part to the defensive effort by Miami so far, Josiah.
Yeah, exactly. Everything has started on defense. We saw it Monday night. We're seeing it again tonight. And, I mean, we've seen them force a lot of tough shots. Though. They forced a shot clock violation. They forced 2 turnovers already. They're really starting active on that side of the ball.
Toledo here will try to battle that offense with the ball coming out of the timeout. Control top of the key, Molly Morgan Elliott will have her first touch of the game. Near side for Tatiana Davis. Back up top for Nakia Black. Right wing, a 3-pointer. Davis missed too hard. Took a bounce off the iron into the hands of Savannah Kleesner. Back up the floor comes Miami. Scott outside the arc. On the left wing, hit Kleesner right elbow, and Kleesner stripped of the ball. It went out of bounds at the baseline. So Toledo will grab it back here with 5:45 left in the first. They will bring Esbrand and Schmitz into the game. Miami will. Top of the key, Santucci. Left wing pass for Morgan Elliott. Top of the key, here's Whitaker. Holds it above her head. And now we'll move over to the far side. Whitaker stands at 6'2", graduate student. Left elbow, here's Santucci. Back to the far wing. Davis steps into the arc, fires off a jumper, but an offensive rebound who's no good. Santucci, near wing for Black. Right arm dribble across the baseline. Little up and under layup that time. She was facing the other end of the floor, went above her head to put it off the glass net for 2.
That's that explosiveness we were worried about.
Esbrand back outside the arc for Kleesner on the right wing. Kleesner works her way to Scott. Free throw line jumper's good. And Peyton Scott is on the board tonight with her first 2 of the game. Near wing Black. Dribbles left arm, top of the key. Here's Elliott down the right edge of the paint, and she will travel, also knocking over Kleesner on the play to give Miami the ball back. They're up 10-4 with 4:44 to go here in the first.
Another good job there, being in the right place at the right time on the defensive side of the ball, forcing what it would be either a charge or what happened there, a travel.
Dickerson over the timeline, middle of the floor, dribbles with the right arm. Goes far side, outside, a little jump shot there from just inside the arc. Was an air ball short. Toledo works it up ahead. Tatiana Davis, breakaway pass. Coughed it up, but saved the ball from going out of bounds under the hoop. And they work it back to the top of the key in the offensive end. Here's Santucci. To the right elbow, drive down the right edge of the paint. Little pass back, tipped around in hands. Whitaker lost it. Dickerson back the other way, fast break. Gets to the free throw line. Left wing pass. Scott trailing down for an easy layup. Good play there. Dickerson the assist for Scott. 12-4 Miami. Santucci top of the key, Toledo. Hands back for Tatiana Davis, so she was stripped at the point by Scott, who's over the timeline for the RedHawks in the right wing. Far side, Hoff. Long 3, and it's good. And I think Toledo just called another timeout. Trisha Collup will use her second timeout of the first quarter to only have 2 timeouts remaining in the game with 3:47 left in the opening frame. A 15-4 lead for the Miami RedHawks, who are on a 7-0 run in the last minute 30.
They're 1 for 6 on their last 6 field goal attempts. Miami's done an extremely good job frustrating them on the offensive side of the ball. They're not getting anything they wanted. And when they did have an opportunity, like on the fast break that we saw there, they fumbled the ball, nearly went out of bounds. They had to try and reset. That allowed Miami's defense to get set up on that side of the ball. They were able to stop them and then convert it into points on their side.
What do you think Toledo has to fix here as we go throughout the later stages of the first quarter?
Really is going to be getting the ball to your playmakers now. Santucci and Black, who we saw. Black, she got a shot right up under the hoop. Got a reverse layup. Get the ball to your playmakers.
Toledo controls here after the timeout. Again, they have just 2 left, and Scott is stealing away on a pass from Sophia Ward. She's on a breakaway. Right-handed layup is good for Peyton Scott. That timeout basically did nothing immediately coming out of it. 17-4 Miami, the lead with 3.5 to go in the first quarter.
Perfect start for Miami.
Yeah. Ward to the far side. Rokinen has the ball. Holding it in both arms. Top of the key, Ward. Left-handed dribble to the far side. Reaches left elbow. That missed. Don't jumper too hard that time. Dickerson over the timeline, middle of the floor. Left-handed dribble to the near wing. Takes it outside the arc. Top of the key for Abby Hoff. Fires it down low. It tipped off the hands of Freeman. Saved in bounds far corner by Scott. Left-handed dribble and a shovel to the Miami at half court. Dickerson. Left-handed dribble. Top of the key. Finds room to launch a 3. It's good. Nothing but net for Lauren Dickerson.
Dickerson telling the defender, come on that time.
She has 7 in the game. 20-4 Miami. 2:35 to go in the first. Top of the key, Rokinen. Far side feed for Ward. Left-handed dribble inside the arc, reached the free throw line, passed it back for Nakia Black. Black right arm dribble and reaches the right elbow, and a foul whistled here, an offensive violation on the Rockets. As it looks like they picked up Tanaya Beach in there under the hoop, the 6'1" junior out of Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah, legal screen that time. Didn't get set the right way. When you try to rub off a defender like that, they're going to call it every time.
So Beecham with her first foul of the game. Off the bench in the last 8 games, she has been 4 points in their last matchup with Kent State. So Miami the inbound here, and they're over the timeline on the middle of the floor. Vanessa Gerald's first touch of the game. She appeared for 3 minutes against Western Michigan Monday. Gerald's gets it back right elbow, working on the screen from Freeman. They work it back far wing. It's dribbling in there was Kenzie Schmitz, and a foul whistled here. As she was trying to pop her way down from the far side, far edge of the paint. So back the other way come the Rockets. Left-handed dribble for Sophia Ward to the far side, Rokinen, top of the key Beecham. Near wing for Ward, back to the top of the key. Here's Quenisha Lockett. Fires it down to the paint. It was tipped away out the baseline. And they say out of bounds and a pass down low off Miami. Toledo gets it back. Sophia Ward at the baseline for the Rockets. Quick feed in, right side. A little jumper by Santucci, good from 10 feet out. And Ariella Santucci now has 2 points in the game. 19-6, the RedHawks with a lead. Here's Esperan near wing, and she was trying to go to the left edge of the paint, outside the arc. Foul whistle here on Toledo. Little blocking foul that time. As it will be the second team foul on the Rockets. 1:27 to go here in the first. Pass to the paint on the inbound. Esperan to catch, a travel whistled here.
Time the catch was a little bit too difficult, ran right to a defender, couldn't really get herself set, leading to a turnover.
Yeah, that time just was forced to take those extra steps. Toledo top of the key, Lockett. Far wing Rokinen. Back for Mariella Santucci. Right arm dribble along the paint, far side feed, outside the arc. 3 is launched off the hands of Lockett. It took one high bounce off the far side of the iron and then dropped through for a 3-pointer to make it a 10-point game. 19-9 your score. RedHawks on top. Miami with the ball for Schmitz. Right elbow Freeman. In the paint, Geralds. Back for Freeman. Near wing, it's Esperan. Right arm dribble to the right elbow. Makes a move in and an offensive foul here as Esperan completely knocking over Santucci, who hit the deck hard. Will turn the ball over with 43.3 seconds left in the first quarter.
Toledo's starting to build some momentum. They're on a 5-0 run right now. 3 for the last 4 on shot attempts, and they're starting to pick it up on the defensive side of the ball too.
So here's Santucci over the timeline, middle of the floor. One bounce to the near wing, and outside the arc comes Lockett. And we get a whistle here as a foul is called. It's under the hoop. It appears to be against the RedHawks as the ball was outside the arc. Kenzie Schmitz will grab her first personal of the night. 5-0 Toledo run in the last 2 minutes, 11 seconds. Quick inbound to the right side of the paint, right post. Beecham tried to throw up a shot but missed. The rebound in the hands of the Rockets, tipped out to Rokinen. 25 left in the quarter, 14 to shoot for the Rockets. Santucci left wing outside the arc, right arm dribble top of the key. Working on Esperant, shuffles her way across the arc to the left wing. Back to the top for a 3-pointer, good by Nakia Black. 7 seconds left. Rocks with the ball top of the key. The shot clock off. Gerald's right elbow to drive down the far side of the paint. Far corner, a long 3. Too hard by Esperanto, went over the rim. And we get our first quarter over with here. The Miami RedHawks starting it off very well, Josiah. They played a pretty good chunk of about 8 minutes or so there, but all of a sudden the Rockets on an 8-0 run in the last 2:44 to make it a 19-12 Miami lead after 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it was exactly what we said they were going to do. They got the ball in the hands of their playmakers, Santucci and Black. Black took a break there for a minute, but came back in to finish the quarter, and she hit a clutch 3 there at the end of the quarter to get their team down by 7. Santucci was delivering, setting up plays, and scoring herself, so that got them back in the game. Miami just has to pick up their intensity again.
And we'll see if they can do that in the second quarter. That's on the other side of the break. 19-12, Miami on top. This is Miami. Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. (19-12) is the Miami lead as we're about to begin the second quarter here from Oxford. Patrick Geshan, Josiah Collins along for the ride. Glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio tonight. An inbound coming near wing from Abby Hoff. Finds Lauren Dickerson, middle the way through the floor. Far side for Scott. And right edge of the paint, Kleesner was trying to pivot on the defender that time, Whitaker, and I guess, according to the referee, took a step too many.
Yeah, she pivoted the wrong foot that time. Ref's going to call it.
So Miami so far tonight with 5 turnovers. Toledo has 8. Lockett top of the key. Near wing feed for Nakia Black. And she tried a baseline drive there, but threw it over the iron. Ball comes down for a Miami foul, as Dickerson will pick up her first personal. Contact under the hoop as players are going for the rebound. 22 seconds into the second quarter here from Oxford. One bounce on the inbound. Santucci, top of the key for Lockett. Walks it back from the arc. Top of the key. And hands off to Santucci, shuffling to the right wing. Santucci back to the middle of the floor. Right edge of the paint. Fires off a jumper. Good from the glass. She's about 7 feet away that time to sink it through. 19-14 the Miami lead. Esprant, top of the key. Near wing for Kleesner, left elbow, dish to the far wing for Abby Hoff. Top of the key, Dickerson. Dribbles left arm, down the left edge of the paint. Little floater shot there is good. From the near edge of the paint for Dickerson on the left wing. 21-14 the lead for the RedHawks. Far corner for Toledo, they work it around the arc. Top of the key, Santucci, a 3, that's good. Toledo 3 for 6 from three-point land tonight. Back up the floor, Dickerson over the timeline middle for Hoff, top of the key. Left-handed shovel pass to the near wing. Dickerson outside the arc, walks to the near corner. Back to the near wing for Kleesner, hands off to Dickerson. Inside Kleesner, left edge of the paint, goes under the hoop, fires it off the glass and in for 2. 23-17 the Miami lead, 8:15 to go in the second quarter. Right arm dribble Santucci, shuffles her way across the arc to the right side. Top of the key for Nakia Black. Far wing, here's Rokinen with the ball. Back to the left edge of the paint, and a little spin around move there by Nakia Black, trying to get some position along the hoop. She knocked over Dickerson for an offensive foul on Toledo.
And for Toledo right now, whenever Santucci has the ball, they just look a lot more composed on the offensive side of the ball. She just seems to really just get them to where they need to be, all in the right spots, getting them right back in this game. Now they're only down 6.
Right-handed dribble over the timeline. Dickerson, middle of the floor, reaches right elbow, then walks it back outside the arc in the far wing. One bounce and it's in at Kleesner under the hoop, fires it off the glass, no good. Back the other way comes Toledo. Ward, stretch pass ahead for Davis. On the left elbow, lost control of the ball for a second. She had to bobble it there. Scott back up the floor the other way. Far corner, controlled here by Schmitz. Top of the key, Scott, right elbow jumper, good.
That's her shot, the little mid-range pull-up right there.
And Scott up to 10 points on the day after her 3rd steal of the night, down at the other end. Santucci, left-handed dribble, pass to the near wing, controlled here by Lockett, and then we'll return to the far side for Santucci. Down to the far corner, Black watches a 3 and rimmed around the iron and dropped through. 25-10 the Miami lead. 3-point ball is Toledo's strength tonight. They're 4 for 7 from outside the arc. Dickerson tries a 3 left wing for the RedHawks and misses. Rebound picked up here by Tatiana Davis. Stretch pass forward over the timeline. Lockett. Left side dribble to the post. Rimmed around the rim again, but this time no good. Dickerson over the line, middle of the floor. Near side feed, left wing. 3 is good by Abby Hoff. 42% 3-point shooter on the year. Hoff is 2 for 2 from outside the arc tonight for 6 points. Santucci, the right arm dribble. Walks it to the near wing, outside the arc. Top of the key pass for Davis. One bounce to Rokinen, then cross-court feed back for Davis. Right arm dribble, Davis, pull-up jumper from the near corner, missed. And we get a whistle here for a foul, an offensive one on the Rockets. As players going for the rebound, knocking over Scott was Whitaker. Scott was standing left edge of the paint there, was kind of roughed up, but the 3-point ball working very well for Toledo so far, Josiah.
Yeah, they're getting all to the right spots. It's like we brought up earlier, Santucci, she is the one that's conducting the whole offense, getting everyone to where they need to be, setting them up for the shots that they want. They're getting them right now.
Top of the key, here's Hoff. Dickerson far side will launch a 3 from the right wing and get it to go. Lauren Dickerson now with her first 3-point bucket of the game. 1 for 3 from outside the arc tonight. She's 5 for 8 from the field to lead Miami with 11 points. Black to the far wing, Davis. Bounce pass inside the paint, picked up by Scott. Dribbles back over the timeline the other way for the RedHawks. And we get a whistle here for some contact as she made her way into the offensive end of the floor. Tatiana Davis that time giving her a nice shove.
Peyton Scott playing the passing lanes extremely well. That's exactly what's allowed her to get the 4 steals that she has right now.
So that's Davis' first personal. She's pulled out of the game. 3rd team foul for Toledo in the half. For the RedHawks, they have 1. Dickerson left arm dribble, far side. Reaches the right elbow, works her way through the paint. It's off the glass and in. Left-handed shot that time was good for Dickerson. She just kind of looked in space.
She is cooking right now.
Took a few steps after making it. She is cooking. Ward, right-handed dribble, near elbow. Back to the far corner they work it. 3-pointer, good from Santucci. Mariela Santucci, 2 for 3 from outside the arc tonight to lead Toledo. They're 5 for 8, 62.5% from outside. Dickerson, top of the key 3, that missed. Back to the near side, it goes out of bounds. As Sophia Ward was tipping it away with Kenzie Schmitz. Toledo will grab it here, and we'll get a timeout with 4:55 to go in the second. 33-23 lead for the Miami RedHawks over the Rockets. It's going to be close all night. Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 33-23, the Miami lead over the Toledo Rockets. 4:55 left here in the second quarter. And Josiah Collins, both teams shooting very well from the field right now.
Yeah, both teams are really getting into their offensive sets very quickly. They're getting the shots they want. They're converting on their opportunities. But specifically for Miami, Lauren Dickerson has just been unstoppable in this first half. And there's been a few times where she's just looked at defenders like, please step up, because she has accepted the challenge tonight.
13 points so far, shooting 6 for 10 from the field is Dickerson. Sophia Ward cuts across the paint for Toledo. Offensive end of the floor are the Rockets. Kaya Black pass down low, and it's off the glass and in from Tanaya Beecham. Good for 2. Dickerson right arm dribble, top of the key, pass to the near wing for Abby Hoff. Back for Dickerson to the left wing, and across the timeline here. Pass to the left wing, and it's good. Abby Hoff, a three-pointer. Dickerson just kind of holding it there, and then goes over to Hoff, who launches it good.
Looking really comfortable right now with their shot.
Hoff up to 9 points on the night. Santucci dribbles to the left wing drive, kicks it back outside the arc in the left wing. Black far side, cross-court feed near wing, it's Sophia Ward. Roken in to the far corner. Here's Santucci, launches a three. It's in and out. Back to the left elbow, Rokinen has the ball, hits the floor. Tie up here, top of the key, Toledo offensive end. And I think they did call the jump ball. Toledo with a possession arrow will keep. With 3:46 left here in the second quarter, an 11-point Miami lead at 36-25.
Right now they look like a team that smells blood in the water. They're playing very aggressive right now.
Almost better than we saw the other night against Western Michigan.
Yes, more intensity for sure.
Ward to Santucci, right elbow, cross-court feed, far corner, Rokinen, long three. Missed too hard. It goes out of bounds along the near corner, took a couple of bounces. And they say it went off of the Rockets as Santucci down there going for the rebound may have tipped it out of bounds. Rocks will inbound near corner of their own end. One bounce from Hoff to Dickerson over the timeline, middle of the floor for the RedHawks. Dickerson right-handed dribble to the right elbow, then outside the arc, cuts back through, and we get a whistle here for a foul on the play. Santucci with her first. Dickerson, pass far side, controlled here by Kleesner. Top of the key, Dickerson, floats one down low, Kleesner far side, inside the arc, fired a shot over the hoop. Controlled here by Santucci. Over the timeline left wing, pass far side, it's off the glass and in, Tanaya Beecham. Left edge of the post, put it in for 2. 3 minutes to go here in the second, a 9-point RedHawk lead. Dickerson bounced to the paint, Kleesner, quick scoop up there and fired it off the glass, so good from the left edge of the post.
Miami's had a response every time Toledo tries to get something going.
Ward the right arm dribble. Reaches right elbow, little right wing drive, kick back out, cross court, Santucci left wing. Dribbles right arm to the MAC logo in the paint, back to the far side, Rokinen. The drive in, pass through for Kleesner, and now it's Dickerson back the other way for the RedHawks over the timeline left wing. Dickerson pass near corner, launching a three there was Scott, missed it. Rebound picked up here on the far side, controlled by the Rockets. It is taken over the timeline here by Santucci. Top of the key, Nikaya Black for Ward far side. Reaches right elbow, launches off a jumper, took one bounce off the iron and missed. And Kleesner will hand back here for Lauren Dickerson. Right-handed dribbling over the timeline right wing, taking her time with 1:50 left here in the second. 13 points in the night for Dickerson. Top of the key, control here by Schmitz. Down low, Kleesner working, it'll get an and one. And she fired it off the glass and in for 2. Rokinen will have the foul. And she made contact on the Kleesner shot attempt. 13-point Miami lead and a chance for more.
Miami's flying around right now. They just look like such an energetic team tonight. It's so much different from what we saw on Monday, even though they did play well. But tonight it's a completely different game for them right now.
So Kleesner here at the line for what will be the first free throw attempt of the game for either team with 1:43 left here in the second. A 40-27 RedHawk lead, and Kleesner will make the free throw. to up the lead to 14 points. Ward, the right arm dribble over the timeline, middle of the floor, pass near wing for Lockett. We get a whistle here. Must be a foul on Miami under the hoop.
Black was trying to get some positioning there that time. She just got held up.
Esperan will grab her second foul. Black near side, outside the arc, pass to the near corner for Sophia Ward. Left-handed dribble to the top of the key. Ward in the arc, then back out. Here is Morgan Elliott, back to the near side. Ward, right edge of the paint with 4 to shoot, kicks it back top of the key. Morgan Elliott trying to pass down low, lost control. RedHawks will pick it up here as the shot clock expires. And it's just kind of bouncing around the floor in the paint. Dickerson here with a minute to go in the second quarter. Reaches right side, launches a 3, big rebound left wing for Scott. Picked it up and was fouled on the left edge of the paint. Contact there with Morgan Elliott, who I think grabs it. Never mind, they say Nakaya Black actually who will pick up her second personal.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the Santucci checking back in now, when she was out, it was going to be a dangerous time for that Toledo offense to see what they can get going without her, but coach didn't keep her out very long.
So Scott will fire off a pair of free throws here. And the first one is good off the hands of Peyton Scott, a 78% free throw shooter on the year. Third on the team in points per game coming into this one tonight with 12. At 9 against Western Michigan the other day, was 4 for 8 from the field. Makes the second one 43-27 to lead. 55 seconds left here in the second. Ward, top of the key for Lockett. Pass near wing, Santucci. Dribbles with the right arm. Back to the near corner, Santucci baseline, and a foul whistle there. The defender that time, I believe, was Abby Hoff, who gave a little bit of a shove with 44.9 seconds left here in the second quarter. Inbound floated in by Sophia Ward for the baseline near wing for Lockett, top of the key. One bounce inside, here's Whitaker. Walks it for the MAC logo, back to the near wing, here's Ward. Left-handed dribble, top of the key, Santucci. Drive middle of the lane, it's off the glass. And in for 2 by Santucci, good try that time. 43-29 with 20 seconds left here. The shot clock is off in the second quarter. Dickerson with a ball at half court in the left arm dribble. Dickerson trailing far side, 8 seconds left, cuts through the paint, floater shot, right arm is good and through for Lauren Dickerson, who has 15 on the night.
It's too easy for her.
2 seconds left, Toledo over the right wing, timeline, and a half court shot by Santucci, floats it way wide and left of the basket. 45-29 your halftime score, and sometimes it has been too easy for the Miami RedHawks tonight.
Yeah, especially for Lauren Dickerson. I mean, she has just been a one-woman show, just getting whatever shot she wants, dribbling with inside to the paint, shooting a jump shot. She's really getting whatever look she wants. She's also setting up her teammates, which has been a big help to them. Also, Toledo, they've tried to respond. They've tried to have multiple responses. They got back in the game. They got within 6, but Miami was just right there waiting on them with more intensity. If they keep that up in the second half, this game's over.
Rockets' leading scorer right now is Santucci, who has 12 points on the night, 5 for 7 from the field. For Miami, the leading scorer, number 13, Lauren Dickerson, who has 15 points on the night. She's 7 for 12 from the field. Also leading the team with 4 assists, Peyton Scott, second on the team for Miami, who only has 4 players that have scored points tonight. Dickerson, Scott, Kleesner, and Hoff. Scott, second on the team with 12 points on the night. What do you want to see out of Miami here in the second half to try to close this one out, Josiah?
You're going to want to limit Santucci. You're going to want to limit Black because they're going to get the ball to them in the second half. Santucci's already been able to get her shots whenever she wants them. Now it's just Black's turn to get involved in the act. And if she gets involved, this game is going to get a lot closer, a lot faster.
Yeah.
So if they can limit them and keep doing what they've been doing, they should be in good shape the rest of the way.
All right, 16-point Miami lead at the half. We'll join you in about 12 minutes or so to break down the first half a little bit more and look ahead to the second. 45-29, the Miami lead here at the half. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. About to begin the third quarter here from Oxford, a 45-29 lead for the Miami RedHawks over the Toledo Rockets. As we have 10 minutes on the clock here to begin the third quarter. Patrick Geshan, Josiah Collins back with you here at Millett Hall in Oxford, and Josiah for Toledo on the other side of the ball. What do you want them to do here in this third quarter trying to get back into it?
The three-point shooting has been working for them. They shot over 50%, up around 55% in the first half. So if they can continue to get those shots, they'll be right back in this game right away.
So the RedHawks here will inbound the ball coming out of halftime. Lauren Dickerson will square off here with Abby Hoff. And one play in, and it's in the hands of Dickerson. We're underway in the second half. Dickerson left-handed dribble, Kleesner right elbow. Into the MAC logo in the paint, fires it up and through. 47-29, Kleesner will have the first couple points here of the second half. 11 points for her tonight. Scott, the pickoff attempt. As Nikaya Black that time trying to pass top of the key, and Santucci, the intended recipient. Scott able to kind of almost pick it off, got her hands in there.
She's been playing the passing lanes extremely well in this game.
Yeah, the ball tipped out of bounds off of Scott. And so it'll be on the far side for Black. The inbound Toledo with 20 seconds to shoot. Ward, the right-handed dribble, pass to the far side for Nikaya Black. Down low, a little spin around move in the paint, a foul whistled here. Good play by Ariana Whitaker down there. One of her first touches of the game as Kleesner some contact in front of the rim. For already the second team foul against Miami with 9:25 to go in the third, Josiah.
Yeah, so far Toledo's come out with a lot of energy. They're looking pretty good right now. We'll see if it turns into points for them and into some stops on the defensive side of the ball.
Whitaker, free throw line shot is good. On the first free throw from her. Ariana Whitaker, 6'2" graduate student out of Cincinnati, Ohio. She's actually from Lakota West High School. Not too far away from Oxford, just down the road.
A local.
Back in her area playing tonight. Second free throw was good. She has 2 points. 47-31 the Miami lead. Dickerson back for Scott. Dribbles her right arm here and top of the key for the RedHawks. Scott right elbow launches the jumper short, and we get a whistle here for a foul. Nikaya Black.
Her third.
Yeah, with her third. I was confused who they called it on. There's a cluster of players down there. But
yeah. She's gonna have to come out. Might not see her for the rest of the third.
Kaya Black so far tonight playing 16 minutes. Santucci leads the Rockets with 18 minutes this evening. Dickerson pass to the far corner, controlled here by Kleesner, works her way to the MAC logo and off the glass and in for two. Kind of cut across the paint there with a nice right-handed layup.
Her post play has been exceptional from start to finish in this game so far.
Lockett left arm dribble, pass far side, controlled here by Sophia Ward, back to the near wing for Rokinen. Hands off for Santucci. Top of the key, Lockett. Right arm dribble to the near side. Santucci holds it above her head. Right elbow will drive right edge of the paint. A foul here. She flops right to the floor. Maybe Dickerson got it.
Good defense. You make them earn it at the line. You don't give up the easy layup.
They actually say Kenji Schmitz picks up the foul, her third. With 8:34 to go in the third. As Santucci here will head to the line for some free throws. 12 points of the night for her. First one's good. Mariella Santucci talked about that she's from Bologna, Italy, is 7th all-time on the Toledo career assist list with 454, tied her season high with a 20-point performance in their last game against Kent State. Second free throw is good, 14 on the night for Santucci. As a three here by Dickerson, took it over the timeline, went to the right wing. 52-33, RedHawks with the lead. Another three-pointer by Dickerson. She's got 15 on the night.
She looks completely comfortable in a zone out there, complete flow.
Far wing Rokinen, back up top for Whitaker. Near wing for Sophia Ward, and we get a whistle here for a foul. Something that happened under the hoop. Abby Hoff with the personal foul, which will be her first. Her second personal, rather. They just added it. Inbound pass, top of the key for Lockett. 15 to shoot the Rockets. Far side coming in from the corner with Santucci. Back up top, three-pointer launch here. Top of the key, missed by Lockett. Rebounded Dickerson. Arm dribble over the timeline here on the left wing. Lauren Dickerson reaches the arc, pass back outside. Here's Abby Hoff. For Dickerson, left wing, dribbles the right arm. For Hoff in the paint, threw it up on the left edge of the post, and she went down hard. Rokkanen will pick up her first, and the team's second.
Toledo's going to need to get something together here soon, or this game is in jeopardy of just getting too far out of hand for them to come back later on.
Yeah, RedHawks 4 for 5 in their last 5 field goals. And the first free throw is good from Abby Hoff. Abby Hoff, redshirt junior, out of St. Peters, Missouri. Double figures in 2 of her last 5 games. Makes the second one. She's got 10 tonight. 7.5 to go here in the third. Left wing drive. Quintisha Lockett locked up there by Kleesner, who tipped the ball up in the air. It was picked up by Whitaker, who finished it off. Dickerson left wing outside the arc. Trailing her way to the corner. Now left elbow. Across the paint. Kicks it back. Kleesner a 3 from the right wing. Missed.
Heat check.
Yeah, it's not too often you see Kleesner out there either.
Yeah.
Ward right elbow, far side pass, Santucci, top of the key, right wing, 3 now for Ward. Missed too hard, but it's picked up under the hoop by Toledo. Whitaker left wing, Morgan Elliott cuts across the paint for the near side. Kleesner to strip and steal. Feeds Dickerson over the timeline, middle of the floor. Hits the brakes, Macklogo in the paint, dish far wing. Scott the 3, gets it to go. Peyton Scott, and Toledo is forced to take their third timeout of the game with 6:44 left in the third quarter. RedHawks on a roll, 57-35 your score.
Great energy by Miami, great defense that time. Coming off of the turnover there, forced it over. It's looking bad for Toledo right now.
So the RedHawks on a roll here with 6:44 to go in the third. 57-35 your score. Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 6:44 to go here in the third. 57-35, the Miami lead to Josiah Collins. Shooting percentage again, a big strength of the RedHawks here in this third quarter so far.
Yeah, they're hitting about 67% of their shots compared to Toledo, who's only hitting 25 coming out of the half right now. We've seen Santucci's got some good looks for her teammates. They just haven't been able to convert them.
Toledo the inbound, Sophia Ward over the timeline right wing. The dish back for Santucci to the near side for Nakia Black. Near wing controlled here. Dribble with the right arm, Morgan Elliott. Locked up in the paint with Abby Hoff. Elliott, the pass back for Ward. Top of the key, left-handed dribble, left elbow down the near edge of the paint. Dishes back for Santucci, long three. Missed that short, got her own rebound. It popped out pretty far, but the second attempt no good. Rocks come back the other way. Right side control here by Schmitz. Missed that shot. And I get a whistle here as I guess a foul on Toledo. Toledo will make some substitutions here. Lockett's going to come in for Morgan Elliott. Ball must have just gone out of bounds as Schmitz will inbound far corner for Hoff, the three-pointer, missed short. Toledo the rebound, quick break up the other way. Lock stretch pass ahead and an and one here for Quenisha Lockett. Got a feed from the timeline off the hands of Santucci and Lockett down the right wing with a nice play there to throw it off the glass and in for two. Josiah, looking at the break at the Miami record book, and I didn't really realize this till before the game, but Courtney Osborne, the leading point getter for the RedHawks career-wise, with 2,166 career points, and Dickerson coming into the night was in the 2,030 range, so that's certainly something that she could reach here as we go throughout her senior season.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm convinced that she's going to pass that mark by the end of the regular season. I mean, even in the postseason, she'll pass that mark. Miami's definitely going to have a nice record to stand for a while.
Right. Rocks here the ball, offensive end of the floor. Near side, inside the arc, it's Schmitz. Fires it to the far wing for Kleesner. The pass, though, picked off in the paint by Santucci. Feed up ahead for Lockett. Mac Logo cuts across through the paint. And a right-handed hook shot off the glass and in. As Trisha Cullop, who just called her third timeout, will make Miami call their first timeout with 5:32 to go here in the third quarter. A 57-40 lead for the Miami RedHawks over the Toledo Rockets. As the Rocks got to lose some momentum there in that last sequence. They lead by 17 here in the third. It's Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. All right, 5:32 to go here in the third quarter. 57-40 lead for the Miami RedHawks. Patrick Geshan, Josiah Collins back with you here on Red Hawk Radio tonight. And that press so far is working pretty well so far for the RedHawks, Josiah.
Yeah, whenever you employ a press, you're usually trying to get the other team to speed up what they're doing. You don't want them to set up their offense. So that press has done a good job of doing that so far. Miami doesn't look too comfortable yet. Coach Hendricks probably just drew up something, a press breaker of some type, to get them out of that situation a lot quicker and get them set up in their offense.
5:32 to go here in the third quarter. A 57-40 Miami lead. As we still wait the signal from TV to begin the game. So we talked about Lauren Dickerson possibly could surpass the career point mark here this season, and the impact she's had in this program has been just absolutely spectacular. Set 3 school records this year. The 2,000 career point mark, of course, on Monday night. Double fingers in her past 5 games. You might be looking at the best player in Miami program history.
I think so. I mean, when you look at the record book for Miami, you see her name all over it. I was going through it the other day saying just how far she would be behind Courtney Osborne. And she's right there. She's definitely going to get to it, and her impact is going to be felt on this program for years to come.
So Dickerson here over the timeline, middle of the floor, dribbling with the right arm. Top of the key, we'll head around the arc to the near side. Pass top of the key here for Abby Hoff. Back to the far wing. Esbrand for Hoff. 1 bounce in. Kleesner, left elbow, spin around move. She kind of spun around twice. Beecham that time the defense off the rebound. Kleesner couldn't corral it in.
It was good footwork that time. She got the shot she wanted, just rolled out, didn't go in.
Here's Ward. Fires it up to the top of the key for Nakaya Black. Down the right edge of the paint, and a strip here by Kleesner. Feeds Dickerson over the timeline on the right wing for the RedHawks. Dickerson, nice spin move there. A little fake top of the key on Santucci. Near wing Hoff, 3-pointer, yes. It all starts from Dickerson. What a fake top of the key.
What a spin cycle moment, my goodness. Put her on skates.
Basically was. Ward near wing for Lockett. Near corner Nakaya Black, 60-40, 20-point Miami lead. Santucci, right elbow. Floater in with the right arm, it's good. And Esbrand will hand back here for Abby Hoff. 1 bounce in the hands of Lauren Dickerson, who dribbles the right arm. Over the timeline, middle of the floor for the RedHawks. Pass near wing for Schmitz. Top of the key, here's Esbrand. Shovel pass right elbow, Kleesner. Holds it above her head, down the near edge of the paint, off the glass. And no good on the shot, but she did draw a foul.
That time Toledo wondering why it wasn't an offensive foul. Her hands kind of went up and over Kleesner that time. She didn't stay straight up.
Went over the rim that time. And Schmitz will exit the game here for the RedHawks. And we'll get free throws coming on the way for Kleesner. I want to get your opinion, Josiah. I was talking to a fan at halftime who comes to a lot of the games, and he was talking to me about how Lauren Dickerson, it's going to be so hard to replace her when the season's over. Peyton Scott is kind of the next one in line. I mean, do you see her possibly, shaping into what could be the next star player for the team? Obviously, her attributes are not Lauren Dickerson. She's much shorter, or much taller. Peyton Scott is much taller. But she's more athletic. She can play defense. Do you see her kind of being the next star player on this squad? Yeah,
it's definitely, she's the next one up. I mean, we've seen it tonight. She's very aggressive with the defense. She has the confidence. The jump shot is there. It's water every single time. I mean, she has her spot. She knows her game, and I think she's definitely in a position to take this team over. I'm sure Lauren's been in her ear about it.
Yeah. Kleesner, 2 free throws at the other end were good for the RedHawks. Toledo back the other way, little right-handed hook shot is good from the right edge of the post by Santucci. She got a feed from outside the arc, so it's a 62-44 Miami lead. Nickerson dribbling right arm outside the arc on the near side. 3:25 to go here in the third quarter. Scott near side on the free throw line, missed a right-handed shot, no good, and the rebound she got back and was shoved over.
Toledo looking very frustrated right now on that side of the ball.
Right.
They just don't really have any answers for what Miami is doing.
Dickerson here will rush to the bench to hear some orders from Deanna Hendricks. As back to the line is Peyton Scott to shoot a pair. And the first one's good.
And the thing about her shot, I think that makes it so effective, is the form. She knows how to keep the elbow in. It's a perfect release every time, same release every time.
Second one good off the hands of Scott. 20-point lead for the RedHawks. 3:18 to go here in the third. Toledo back the other way. It's Ward. Right arm dribble outside the arc. The hand back for Santucci, also on the right wing. Although pass near side, tipped out by Nakaya Black.
She has not had the game she's wanted. That time she kind of just looked a little dejected walking back down the court.
Dickerson gets it inbound off the hands of Abby Hoff. Dickerson left-hand dribble over the timeline, middle of the floor. One bounce to the hands of Kleesner, left elbow. Right arm dribble through the right edge of the paint. Fires it off the glass, no good. Picks up her own rebound, though. Kleesner top of the key. Scott, right elbow. Fires a jumper there that missed. And Toledo comes down on the rebound. It was Whitaker, and she shoved over after corralling and collecting it.
You know, something I'm noticing on the Toledo side of the ball, they're playing defense standing straight up. And there's a reason that your coaches, during the summer, during the practice early season, they have you stay down in that squad because you cannot play defense standing straight up. You can't move as fast. You can't react as fast. So I think that's why Miami is really beating them to so many spots. They're playing standing straight up pretty much.
So you got to be more loose, right?
Yeah, you have to be more loose. And then when you're standing down in that squat, you can get to a spot faster than when you're standing straight up because you're just taking up more space that way.
Whitaker's first free throw is good. Ariana Whitaker is 3 for 3 at the line tonight to lead the Rockets at the charity stripe. Santucci, 18 points, leads Toledo on the night. For Dickerson also has 18. She leads Miami, although Scott trails behind with 17. Second free throw was missed, so Dickerson here, left elbow, a little
oh my
goodness.
Oh my goodness.
She kind of walked in and then took like 3 steps back, all while dribbling the ball, and fired a jumper that was good for the left edge of the paint. Near wing, Toledo tries a 3. Too far right off the hands of Lockett. And we get a whistle here, the ball dribbling out of bounds. They say it will stay with the Rockets. Lauren Dickerson, holy cow.
I mean, that time a pump fake got the defender to jump in the air. She makes the shot, and then going back down the court, she's pointing down saying, yes, I'm little, but I still get this bucket.
Kaya Black outside the arc in the left wing. Pass left elbow, Whitaker. Dribbles the ball left arc. Pass top of the key for Santucci. Right arm dribble to the free throw line. Dish near wing. Here's Black. And we get a whistle. She traveled. Trying to step her way to the middle of the floor and took a step too many.
Yeah, things haven't really gone Toledo's way at all here.
Inbounded to Scott. One bounce top of the key for Dickerson.
They're gonna try and they're gonna try and trap the wings now, so they gotta be careful passing into those positions.
Schmitz hands to Scott, right elbow. Near wing, Dickerson has the ball. We get a whistle here. There's maybe some contact near the free throw line. I think it's gonna be a foul on Toledo. Yeah. Black's fourth.
She's coming out now. She definitely looks very frustrated walking off.
It's been a tough night for Nakaya Black, who had a season high 22 points against Kent State in their last game. She only has 5 tonight, 2 for 4 from the field.
Yeah, she just hasn't been able to get comfortable. Miami's kept her off the spot. It's really just been all on Santucci for Toledo.
First free throw good from Kleesner with 1:53 to go in the third. Second one is good as well. 68-45, the lead. Ward, middle of the floor. Far side for Davis. Dribble left elbow. Kicks it back. Ward outside the arc. Far corner, three-pointer. Santucci gets it to go. And Mariana Santucci has reached the 20-point mark on the night, 21 for her.
Her offense has been great. It's the defense that's been the question for her on this at this good point in the game.
You got to play both to be effective.
Yeah, and Dickerson again, putting her in the spin cycle.
Went through the post that time, undefended. Far side pass here for Scott. Played it in on the wing to Kleesner, but she knocked over, looks like Santucci before getting the pass. So ironically enough, that'll turn the ball over with a 20-point RedHawk lead, 68-48. With 1:16 to go here in the third. As coming in, Kelly McLaughlin for Miami. Over the timeline here on the right elbow is Toledo. Sophia Ward, far side pass for Santucci. Top of the key, controlled by Davis. Near wing Ward holds it above her head for Lockett on the near side. Lockett the right arm dribble, baseline drive, kicks it out far corner Santucci. With 6 to shoot, you can hear the players counting down. Santucci now inside the arc. Dickerson working on her and coming down the floor, down the paint rather, completely undefended was Beecham. Got a centering feed and undefended there in the post to put it off the glass and in for 2. 68-50 the Miami lead.
Her passing ability has been on full display in this game, and it shows why she's up there in the leaderboards for that.
Scott top of the key. McLaughlin left wing outside the arc. Hoff walking across the point for Dickerson here, dribbling between the left and right arm, reaches right elbow. Flow pass in McLaughlin, right wing. Three is good off the hands of Kenzie Schmitz. Kenzie Schmitz is on the board for three-point land tonight and on the board in general with her first three of the game. Top of the key, Sophia Ward, right arm dribble for Toledo. Near wing pass for Santucci. Cross court to the far side. Lockett walks her way right elbow and a block there by Hoff as the clock expiring here in the third quarter. The RedHawks finish off after 30 minutes, a 71-50 lead on the Toledo Rockets. Miami 3 for 4 in their last three-pointers. That's been a huge key to success, but really it's been both ends of the floor that Miami's done super well tonight.
Yeah, they have completely controlled the game from the tip-off all the way till this point. Now they have 10 more minutes left to finish this game off. There's 10 minutes left, so this lead can definitely go away very quickly if they're not careful. But I don't see that happening tonight. They've just played with so much intensity. Toledo just has not been able to recover.
So we reached the end of the third quarter here from Millett Hall in Oxford. A 71-50 lead for the Miami RedHawks over the Rockets. Back with the fourth in a moment. Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
This dude, my goodness. All right, so coming back here, start of the fourth quarter, Miami's about to take the ball out. Lauren Dickerson, absolutely sensational in that last quarter, just making defenders look silly at all times. I don't even know if they want to guard her at this point.
Radio can't do it justice. You got to watch the highlights. Off top of the key, down low for McLaughlin. To the corner for Scott. Dickerson right way, top of the key. Hoff, three-pointer short. Rebound goes to the far corner from the Miami bench and out of bounds. And they say it will go back to the Rockets. Patrick Geshan, Josiah Collins with you here on Red Hawk Radio tonight. Glad you're with us. This is the last of our three-game and three-night basketball tour.
Oh, yeah, well, definitely been a busy week for us. No rest at all. But we'll be right back at it Saturday.
Of course, Lockett in the paint, fires it off the rim, no good. And it was bobbled near the baseline. Lockett got it back for a right-handed shot from the post and gets it and one.
Toledo definitely, they're going to try and make a run early in this quarter. If they can get this lead down to about 10 with maybe 7 or 6 minutes left to go in the game, they can be in a good position to try and win the game at the end. But if Miami can keep them to where this lead is right now, this game should probably be over at that point.
Yeah. Of course, the Rockets just coming off a 3-game losing streak. They don't really want to start another one.
Time to use a press breaker here.
Free throw is good by Lockett to complete the 3-point play. She has 13 on the night. Dickerson left-handed dribble. Far side controlled here by Scott. Top of the key to the far wing. Dickerson holds for the RedHawks. For Scott, top of the key. Right arm dribble works it outside the arc. Inside, now she'll have a right wing drive and fired it off the glass. No good, but a foul whistled here on Toledo.
That's the confidence you like to see for the young freshman that time. She was just able to take somebody off the dribble, get right to the hoop.
Payne Scott with 17 points in the night. Gleason also has 17 points. Dickerson leading the team with 20. Only 5 players to side for the Rocks tonight have scored points.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty impressive effort by this starting 5, and I mean, they've just been able to work together very well, moving the ball very well. Everybody's been getting in on the action.
So Scott at the line here for a pair of free throws. First one is good. She's a 78% free throw shooter on the year. And with that, Make is now 5 for 5 at the line tonight for 18 points. Second one is good for Scott. 8:55 to go here in the fourth.
Just another trend here to point out. We talked about how Miami's only had 5 people score for them. It's pretty much the same on the Toledo side of things, but you see the scoring difference there. It's just so much more balanced on the Miami side of things.
Black near side, Davis. Jumper from the arc is good. Dickerson for Hoff under the hoop. Far side, here's Scott. Right arm dribble, and she'll walk it back for a play for Dickerson. Hero dribbles left arm in the Miami at half court. Dickerson, shuffle past McLaughlin, near corner, controlled here by Schmitz. On the right wing, near side McLaughlin, right-handed dribble off the glass, it's no good. Rebound corralled by Lockett, and she's up the floor for Toledo. Lockett down the right edge, off the glass, and in for 2.
Cut it down to 16 here.
73-57, the Miami lead. Top of the key, Schmitz, near wing for Dickerson. Left-handed dribble through the paint, back logo, left elbow. And this time kind of coughed it up, maybe tipped away there by Whitaker. There's Santucci over the line. Feeds it top of the key, wide open 3 attempt, but too hard for Black. Under the hoop, it's corralled and played off the glass. Missed attempt that time by Lockett. And Scott with the rebound far corner for the Rocks in their own end. Cross-court floater to Dickerson over the timeline right wing. Dickerson right-handed dribble here, shuffles right on the arc, fires a 3-pointer that missed. But the Rocks with a rebound, swooping in there with Schmitz to kick it out to Scott. They get a 20-second shot clock from it.
Coach told him to hold it up there, try and get his play set up.
Scott left-handed dribble, top of the key, trailing down the right wing. It's off the glass and in for 2. Nice play there by Peyton Scott. Back the other way comes Toledo. Here's Santucci. Left-handed dribble to the near elbow, fires it top of the key, 3-pointer off the hands of Black, missed. Take it back by Santucci, who's under the hoop. They tie up for it as bodies go crashing to the floor. And I believe here we're going to get a jump ball whistle. The possession arrow favoring Toledo right now.
Santucci was wondering why there wasn't a foul on that play. Dickerson just got a clean strip on the ball.
Yeah.
Forced the tie up there.
So an inbound here near side of the baseline off the hands of Toledo. They'll go top of the key to Santucci. Ward had the inbound. Black, as we have a Toledo player down and right at the left elbow, sitting on her right leg. That's number 25, Ariane Whitaker. A player out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and the Lakota West graduate. And she's able to get up on her own power and kind of walk it off. I noticed the last possession when the play was coming back down the other way. She was kind of limping. She was running gingerly. And I didn't know if that was just her style of running or if something was wrong. And it looks like maybe something was in fact wrong as she flopped right to the floor.
Yeah, and then she took a hit on that screen there, so that might have just made it even worse. Hopefully she's all right.
Whitaker, the graduate student out of Lakota West High School, like we mentioned, started the past 8 games. Davis caught the inbound top of the key three-pointer left wing is an air ball from Lance. Dickerson the rebound. It's foul under her own hoop as Santucci came in with contact. 6:40 to go in the fourth. A 75-57 lead for Miami over the Rockets. Pass to the near side for Dickerson. Over the timeline, far wing. Feeds it inside the arc for Scott. Little right-handed layup there, missed off the rim. Back to the near wing for Ward. Over the timeline on the left side. Ward cuts across the floor, hands it back Santucci. Top of the key with a left-handed dribble. Drive left side of the paint. And she is fouled here. As Kleesner with extra contact that time, and she now has 4 fouls in the game for some legitimate foul trouble.
Window is starting to close a little bit for Toledo, so that time a foul, they're going to definitely take that. Stops the clock, allows them to get some points on the board.
2 free throws coming here. Santucci, Raimi will bring McLaughlin back in the game, and Kleesner will head out. Santucci here awaits the first free throw. A 66% shooter on the year makes it. .7% field goal shooter on the year, Santucci, averaging 9.4 points per game on the year. Second one good as well, 75-59 game. Scott over the timeline, middle of the floor, hands it far side for Esperan. In for Dickerson, left wing. Back for Esperan, out top of the key, Scott. One-handed plan, it's into Kelly McLaughlin, near side, and a three-pointer for Esperan is good.
We lost track of her that time. So much action going on at the top of the key. She just drifted into the corner and knocked it down.
Was outside the arc there on the right wing and let it go for a successful shot. Now Black feeding a top of the key three. Tatiana Davis is good for Toledo. Davis, a media communication major, will force Deanna Hendricks here to call a timeout with 5:43 to go in the fourth. And this will also be a media timeout as Toledo has strung together a bit of a run here in the last few minutes. A 78-62 lead for the RedHawks from Miami. 5:43 to go in the fourth. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Back to Millett in a moment. 5:43 left here in the fourth, 78-62 lead for the RedHawks, and Miami kind of breaking the press a little bit here as we go throughout the game to the later stages, Josiah.
Yeah, Toledo hasn't been able to keep contained, and when you set a press, whenever they send it to the corners, you send two people there. Those two people are supposed to keep it contained, force the overhead pass, which another defender can then take. But they're letting the people on the wings over here, they're just letting them drive right by on the up the sideline of the court, and they're getting wherever they want.
That's why you're the color analyst. Off here along the far side will inbound for Miami from the baseline. And their defensive end of the floor, Toledo a bit of a press coming out of the timeout. Dickerson tied up between Santucci and Mariah Copeland. They work it back to the near wing, and we get a whistle here for a 10-second violation. They didn't get over in time.
Ball was in the air that time. That's what Miami is trying to argue here, but refs are saying it was too late.
But the referee was right on the timeline when the call was made.
Yep.
So with 5:32 left here in the fourth.
Press worked that time. They stopped containing. They got what they wanted.
Right, Toledo will get the turnover. Here's Ward down the right edge. Flings it out far side for Black. Right wing three-pointer. Coming in was Davis. Missed it too hard, but Toledo was able to pick up the rebound after Miami fumbled it around. Santucci down the right edge of the paint here will draw a foul and a layup attempt with 5:19 to go in the fourth.
Toledo making another push at a run here, and what's really helping is that they're getting to the free throw line. The clock is stopping, and they're getting a chance to put points on the board.
So it is Santucci here with one dribble, and she'll fling it forward. And good for the first free throw. 78-63, Miami the lead. Santucci leading the team today with 24 points. She's 8 for 12.
She's done it all.
From the field, yeah.
Done it all. Rebounded, assisted, played a little bit of defense. Hasn't been perfect on it, but she's done everything for this team.
Scott to the far wing. Dickerson over the timeline left side. Is outside the arc for a right-handed dribble here. Dickerson inside the arc, reaches the paint, little fling up with the right arm, and it's good for Lauren Dickerson.
That spin has been so lethal to her getting to whatever spot she wants. It just puts the defender off balance so much.
Ward here reaches the free throw line, fires it through for two. And she came over on the right wing, 80-66, now just a 14-point Miami lead. Just a 14-point Miami lead. I mean, they've had 20-point lead and 1 point stay. Their largest of the game was 23.
Toledo definitely not going away.
4.5 here in the fourth. No, they're not. Dickerson right elbow pulls up for a jumper. That missed. McLaughlin the rebound. Kicks it back to Hoff. And now Payne Scott near half court. 15 to shoot for Miami.
Coach told him to hold it up, burn some clock a little bit, set up another play.
Scott left-handed dribble outside the arc. Will fire off a three-pointer, and it's good. Well, if there's no other options, why not just shoot it? 83-66.
It's just so simple, so smooth. I think that just really helps her out with any situation.
Yeah. And Toledo here will come down the right wing as Beecham that time shoved off the ball, trying to go for the shot. McLaughlin whistled for her second foul.
And that is all muscle memory, by the way. That's just hours of constantly shooting, getting reps up, because when you get a shot like that, that's just all memory at that point. It just feels natural.
So Santucci here is at the line again. And the first free throw is good. .26 points on the night for Mariella Santucci, and that is going to be her season high. And she makes the second free throw, too, to raise the total to 27, and now Lauren Dickerson's down. For the Toledo bench, needs help to get up from her teammate Abby Hoff. Dickerson walking fine. She's grabbing her right arm. I didn't really see what happened there.
That time she got tripped up, fell on the elbow a little bit when she was going down. Probably skid herself, got a little bit of a floor burn.
Scott near wing, Dickerson 3 seconds to get over the timeline. She does, finds Hoff near side. It's a contact there with Tatiana Davis. Davis is whistled for the foul with 3:47 to go here in the fourth.
That was a bit of a shock. She didn't really get much contact there, but Miami will definitely take it.
So an inbound coming near side, Miami offensive end, off the hands of Abby Hoff. Finds Scott near corner. Dribbles it up through the arc to the top of the key. Here's Dickerson. Inside the arc, spins it around under the hoop. Walks it to the far side. Scott inside the arc, fires off a jumper that missed. And it's Santucci here who will hand for Toledo. Long pass ahead and over the head there of Beecham.
That time she got a little bit deeper in the post. She probably could have caught that. She overshot her just by a little bit.
Pass went out of bounds over her head. And you hear the score delivered there, 83-68 is the total. Miami leading Toledo with 3:24 to go here in the fourth. Scott near corner for Hoff, half court. Dickerson over the timeline on the left wing. Dribbles left hand to the free throw line. Will walk this one back. As a strip there by Santucci. Back for Dickerson. And Deanna Hendricks called a timeout there with 3:11 to go here in the fourth.
Good recovery that time, but Toledo's definitely going to try and game plan to get one final push. It might be a little too late, but they're definitely going to try it.
So the RedHawks now have just one timeout remaining as Hendricks will use her third of the game with 3:11 left here in the fourth.
Coming out Miami, they're probably going to try and run a lot of longer sets that they have in their playbook. It's going to be things that drain the clock down a little bit. You don't want it to go too much. You don't want to have like a 5-4-3-2 situation, but get it down around 10 seconds, maybe get your shot off. Take about 20 seconds off the clock each possession.
Yeah, at this point, you just got to close it out.
Yeah, you just got to finish the job.
Yep. Inbound here to Dickerson. Over the timeline, middle of the floor. Right arm dribble along the near wing. Outside the arc, launches a three, too far left. Scott rebound far side. And we get a whistle here as she had hit the floor hard.
Gonna just call it out of bounds there, give it to Toledo.
Yep. 2:55 to go in the fourth. Free throw line, Sophia Ward with the ball. Reaches right elbow, jumper missed off the hands of Beecham. Back to the near corner, where it goes out of bounds on the baseline. They whistle a tie-up before it went out. Santucci had her arms in there.
Santucci's, her level of aggression has been on 10 probably for the start of this quarter and on.
Yeah, I think she was tied up with Dickerson. And the possession arrow favoring Miami with 2:47 to go here in the fourth. They lead at 83-68 over the Toledo Rockets.
Santucci's going to come out. That might be her last time out there.
There's 27 points this evening. As Toledo does have a pretty good press set in place here. Hoff, the inbound near side. Dickerson, one bounce for Hoff. She's over the timeline right wing, but a pass fed over. Was tipped by Davis. Here comes Ward down the middle of the lane. Teaches back here for Black. And her drive to the left wing. A little right-handed hook shot that missed.
Her rough night continues.
From the left edge of the post. Dickerson stretches ahead for Scott. Left wing outside the arc for the RedHawks. Scott to the MAC logo, near side feed, dodging the defender there. Esperanto walked it to the arc, but a feed up good for Dickerson outside, was picked up by Black. Black right wing for Toledo, outside of the corner. Feeds it in for Beecham, and she'll fire it off the post and hit for two. Dickerson left-handed dribble over the timeline, middle of the floor. Feeds it far side here for Scott. Peyton Scott trying to get past two defenders. A foul whistle there. As Lockett and Black were the ones that were defending Scott pretty hard. That's a 15 foul against Toledo. RedHawks have a bonus now. And Scott is to the line here for, I think, a 1-and-1, or two maybe. Two. She's 6 for 6 at the line tonight. First one's good. $84-70. And the second one good as well. So over the timeline far side is Sophia Ward for Toledo. Reaches the free throw line, pass to the far side, and a three-pointer good by Black. That was from downtown by Nakia Black.
Yes, it's getting to that time of the game for them. A lot of threes coming their way.
1:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Esperan right wing over the timeline. Reaches inside the arc. Pass back for Scott to the half-court line for Dickerson. Holds it above her head for Miami. Working there on Lockett. Dickerson right arm dribble, top of the key, around the arc to the far side. Back to the free throw line, right elbow. For Scott on the right wing, outside the arc, 2 to shoot. Now 1, just flings it up with 2 arms. Nearly got it to go. Was off the glass, but just a bit too hard from Scott.
Yeah, that time. That's not really the possession you want, but now they got to play some defense here. 4-possession game with about a minute 16, with about a minute to go.
.113 to go to be exact. Here's Ward on the timeline, middle of the floor. Inside of the paint, a left-handed shot, good from the near side of the post by Beecham. The other way comes Miami. Dickerson shovel pass up the left wing. Scott had the ball and then lost it out of bounds. She stepped out on the sideline there on the far side.
That time Miami just left Dickerson in the backcourt by herself. There's a trap. There's nowhere she can go with the ball.
And Scott was just kind of forced out.
They're going to have to clean that up very quickly here.
Yeah, officials are over at the table looking at something. With 59.9 seconds left in the fourth. Could be the clock maybe.
Possibly. Maybe they're seeing who went off of, possibly.
That as well. Went out of bounds. 10-point Miami lead, 85-75. RedHawks are back home on Saturday against Central Michigan. 2 o'clock start. We'll be back with you on RedHawk Radio for that one against the Chippewas. Second of a 3-game homestand for Miami, who is going to...
Closing out our busy week of 4 games.
Yeah, you finished the sentence very well. Better than I would have. And obviously a Central Michigan team. We haven't really... RedHawks and Chippewas haven't met at all this year. Then Miami is at home. They'll play in Northern Illinois, they're on the road next Wednesday, a week from today. At Northern Illinois, they'll play in DeKalb at 7 o'clock start against the Huskies. And a Central Michigan team that will come into Oxford on a Saturday, 9-0 in the MAC, 16-4 overall, and they lead the MAC West, 3 wins above Ball State. So this game will feel good, but your real challenge is coming from Miami on Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. These past 2 games that we've seen them play has probably been a tune-up for that. They've been talking about it all week. They knew who they have coming in here. If you can go up against a team like Central Michigan, come out with a win, that definitely gives you a good measuring stick of where your team is. So they're definitely going to be looking for a lot of that stuff on Saturday.
RedHawks with a win if they hold on, and this one would improve to 500 overall in the year. They'd be 10-11, 4-6 in the MAC, and that winning streak would up to 3 games. So they've kind of found a bit of a groove here, Josiah, over the past couple of games, as the referee's still over at the table looking at the monitor to see exactly who went out of bounds off of. Now they bring the 3rd referee in there.
Yep.
So Roy Gobian and Mark Berger were looking at the monitor, and then Jamie Broderick was just brought in for her opinion. But getting back to this Miami team, Josiah, something is working with the recent stretch of wins. What do you think it is?
I think it's just been time. When you have a new coaching staff come in, you need some time to get everything going and getting everything together to flow in unison. So now that we're in the middle of February almost, I think you're definitely going to see a different team than you saw at the beginning of the season, because they've had more time to practice the system, get into everything. So now they're a much more confident team in what they're doing.
So they rule now that it's Miami's ball coming out of that review. They just changed the call, and head coach Trisha Cullup
She can't believe it.
She's very unhappy with the call.
Oh, there's some confusion here. They're saying it's a turnover, but the ball was in Miami's possession.
Some of the assistant coaches on the Toledo bench were kind of arguing the call. They were talking to the officials too. It's going to be a Miami inbound here on the far side of the base, or far sideline. Bree Paulson's going to fire it in on the defensive end, into the offensive end for Kleesner with a 2-handed catch. Half court, near side Dickerson, and she'll be fouled on a drive down the right side. Contact there was made by Black.
They can have a chance to really seal it at the line now.
Miami as a team is perfect from the free throw line tonight. 15 for 15, unlike the men's team who was shooting, it was in the 30s last night from the line, I think, right?
Yeah, purely abysmal. I mean, if you're playing basketball, that's just not, as a team, you can't be down at 30% and expect to win a game. We saw them, they had multiple chances to tie it up late, and they just couldn't do it.
First free throw missed by Dickerson. And coming into the game is an 80% free throw shooter. Second one, though, was good. 6 it through to make this one a 86-75 Miami lead. Santucci, far side, down the floor, will fire it off the glass and in for 2. Dickerson to the near wing for Peyton Scott over the timeline, middle of the floor. We get a whistle here for a foul. Is Toledo able to make contact with her before going over the line?
Miami going to have to make their free throws in this one. They're going to just foul it until the clock hits 0.
So Scott is at the line for the bonus here. RedHawks shooting 2 free throws now for every foul. First one good. And the second one is good too. Pick up Santucci over the line, the far away for Toledo. Right elbow. Pass to the near wing for Lockett, and down low is stripped away from her and out of bounds off the RedHawks.
Gonna need to get a quick shot here. They don't have time to wait around.
Santucci far side. We get a foul here.
Shot's not gonna count. Didn't get up before the whistle.
Yeah, it was past the far side. Nakia Black shot a 3-pointer that went in. I guess they just counted it.
Oh, wow. That shot's not supposed to count. Usually that shot only counts if the player gets the ball up before the whistle is blown. That time it was clearly after the whistle.
That shot was just whistled. The shot went in about 2 seconds after the whistle. And the referee said it counts.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, it's an 8-point lead with 34 seconds left.
Gonna get the free throw here from the foul, but
so Tatiana Davis is at the line for a chance to complete the 3-point play. Now we got a referee over at the table wanting to look at something.
They're going to probably review that call, see if she got the ball off actually. Hear a lot of screaming going on in Millett Hall right now.
Tell you what, these patrons of the women's basketball game are very passionate about the calls, I've noticed this year. Can't make the wrong call. It's
no,
not
they will
possible.
eat you alive.
Can't make a mistake if you're a referee.
One of the hardest jobs in sports right there.
Yeah. And you try to be very understanding about how hard their job is.
Yeah, you do.
You have all this pressure to perform in front of this amount of people, and you blow your whistle, and 50% of the gym is going to be angry at you. 50% will be happy with you, and then 10 seconds later, it flips around,
right.
And now the other side's mad. You know.
Yeah, and I speak from experience when I say this. You know, when we're playing like basketball on the court, especially, when you hear a call, you definitely give a ref an earful when you're going back down the other way. So like they hear that all game from all the players all the time. They just go through a lot out there. Coach Hendricks was just giving one of the refs an earful just then, but they're sticking with the call. Giving her 2 shots, looks like.
Really?
Yeah.
So it looks like the shot will not count. Or will it?
I believe they're going to keep the shot.
They did keep the shot.
They're going to keep the shot.
Okay.
Give her the 2. That makes things interesting here.
2 free throws coming here for Davis. First one's good, so now it's an 88-81 game.
It's a bit of an interesting swing here.
7-point Miami lead. And the first one, they will call a lane violation on as Davis just flung it toward the backboard, trying to get a purposeful rebound.
That play is such a timing play because when you're standing on the sides, you have to wait for the ball to touch the rim. The shooter can go as soon as they release, but everybody else, you wait until the ball hits the rim or the backboard. That time, Toledo just tried to get started a little too early. But now, are they going to review this too?
Wow. Referee's over at the monitor again.
Oh, man. This last 2 minutes has probably gone by for longer than one of the quarters.
I mean, I don't know how you can look at it either because I don't know a camera angle necessarily unless they really blow it up.
There's probably the one right here, right behind the backboard that they can look at, but that's about it. I don't know how good of a view you're going to get from that.
I think the players will be blurry in that angle on each side.
There's definitely a tough look, but I don't know what they're going to change about this one. But Miami, they just need to make sure they set up, get into their press break very quickly. Try, if you can, pass the ball. That's how you beat a press. You pass it. Don't get caught up dribbling too much because that's how you get the turnovers happening.
34.5 seconds to go in the fourth. They've conferred, and Kleesner will inbound baseline. Defensive end for Dickerson. Back for Kleesner under the Miami hoop. She was body checked by Santucci for the foul. RedHawks take the ball back the other way and now fire off free throws again.
Her third foul.
As Esperan will come back in the game for Miami. Going out is McLaughlin.
For Miami, number 0, Monique Esperan.
31.5 seconds left here in the fourth. It is Kleesner who will shoot a pair off. And the first one is good. Kleesner is 68% free throw shooter coming in, sinks that one, so she's now 7 for 7 at the line tonight. Rex are 20 for 21 from the free throw line as well. Top of the key, Davis fired off at 3. That missed with 22 seconds left. Rebound comes down. Toledo a foul. Beecham threw an elbow right into Kleesner. And so extra free throws coming for the RedHawks, who lead by 9, 90-81.
Santucci couldn't believe that call that time. She thought that was just, there was nothing there, but refs saw different.
And whose opinion ultimately matters.
Yep. And now she's giving him an earful over there.
Jeez. Similar to the Western Michigan coach we saw last night. I already forget his name, but that was funny.
Took the jacket off.
Yeah. Kleesner makes first free throw. If you weren't listening last night, the coach took off his jacket, was holding it like he came in the door from work and was screaming at the official.
He was a man that was fed up with the situation, that's for sure.
Second free throw made by Kleesner. Shot clock is off, 18 seconds left. Toledo right side of the post. Shot off the glass, no good by Santucci. Heads its way out of bounds along the baseline, tipped away by the RedHawks. And the Rockets will get it back here from the baseline.
Really not much left here to do but to watch the time drain off the clock.
Ward fires at top of the key for Davis. Near wing Santucci to the left edge of the paint. It's off the glass and in for 2. 9.6 seconds left. 92-83 your score. Scott pinned up in the near corner of her own end, able to escape 2 players. Fires it to half court. Schmitz near side. Dickerson will just wait and hold. And that'll do it for us tonight from Millett Hall. The RedHawks win 92-83 over the Toledo Rockets. Miami on a 3-game winning streak. Now Josiah, great performance tonight against Toledo.
Yeah, wire-to-wire performance. Toledo only led at one point in this game, and that was when they scored the first basket all the way in the first quarter. From that point on, Miami just completely owned them in every facet of the game. Aggression, offense, defense. I mean, it was a complete team performance by them. Definitely going to be ready for that game on Saturday against Central.
RedHawks will play Central Michigan 2 p.m. Saturday here at Millett Hall. We'll be on the air with you on Saturday this week at about 2 o'clock on the Red Hawk Radio YouTube channel. Until then, for everyone here at Millett Hall, Josiah Collins is Patrick Geshan saying so long and good night from Millett Hall in Oxford. RedHawks 92-83 victors over the Toledo Rockets tonight. We thank you so much for joining us for this presentation of Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio.